Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hey, Tech. Hope you're doing well. Hope Saturday has been good to you. I've had an okay Saturday over here. It's Saturday night. Hey, Charles. Theoretically, Saturday nights are community game nights. I'm open to suggestions if there's community here that wants to game. I'd be open to Mario Kart. I'd be open to anything I can play on my Switch. I'd be open to golf. I'd be open to board games. Hey, Super Mario. Hey, Mr. Penguin. Good to see you. Or I could continue development, and I did want to highlight something that I saw right before I came live here. It looks like Tech's been doing some Game Boy programming here. I haven't actually watched this video or seen the screenshot, but he made a. Here, I'm just gonna put. I hope it's okay. I put this on stream. Not that button. Not that button. That button. He made a tool to go through all the backgrounds, which that's yeah. I'm getting there. I'm almost. Hi, Ninja. Which. I'm gonna guess, Tech, it wouldn't be all that difficult to do the same thing with sound now that you got it that far. Also, I like the arrows. Are those sprites? Or did you like find some magic arrow thing? Sound went out? Sound going out. It must be on your end, because I'm pretty certain my sound's working okay. Those are your own sprites. Nice. Tech is gonna make me look bad. No. With all the game development. Oh, I like it. I like it, though. If you run it, you'll see they're even animated. Here, you know what? Let's do it. Let's run it and then figure out what we're doing for community game night. They're even Wait, do you just have it, like, running the default animated thing? Or do you have the... Because there's, like, a whole, like, animated command line thing, too, right? I got multi-card output working as well now. Nice. So you made like for your makefile. The sprites have frames. Oh, even cooler. Man, he's like kicking my butt. It's possible to use wildcards for. That was that. I'm gonna ask a silly question, Tech. Where can I play this? It's probably on the GitHub, right? Like if I just go find the GitHub and do that real quick. I'm not really paying any attention to what I'm doing here. In a Discord call with Cash and others playing Jackbox, we'll be here after for some community game night. I don't know if we're doing community game night, Rainbow, but we'll see. Whatever works. Oh, just load the BMP file? Okay. Oh! I didn't actually open the BMP. See, I thought it was just an image. Here, this is what Tech uploaded. See, that's all you got to do to upload a game these days. Gosh, I'm seeing the BMP file format. I'm like, this isn't a ROM. This isn't gonna do anything. Oh, I'm a moron. Oh, there's something so funny about that. At least to me. Oh, here, let's I'm not organized at all here. Okay, Ereader GBA, load ROM. I'm not hitting any of the right buttons tonight. Okay, scan eReader.codes. Did I actually save this? I don't know that I did. We're in March. 240301. Actually, it's like 0302, but whatever. You know what I'm really enjoying about all this warm weather we've been having here? It's that I get to grill in February. I mean, I could do it in the snow if I was a true Minnesotan, but I don't know. Does anybody want to do board games tonight? I'll throw that out there as an option. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So,
Scan dot code. Load up a scan.
okay, I got to figure out what buttons are what on my keyboard. Is the left and right? Oh, you know what? You put that in the Discord too. You're one step ahead of me, always, Tech. Thought you at the BurgerFi tonight. Their burgers tasted like yours. Nice. Yeah, no, I went. You know, Super Grandma Pat thought about you too. We went to Costco this morning and picked up. I call it 20 pounds of beef, but that's not what it is. It's $20 of beef, which is a lot of beef, more than any respectable person should eat. But we picked them up and we made some burgers for Mike and Jill, and all in all, it was a pretty good time. They turned out pretty good, and I got enough for burgers tomorrow, and enough for burgers on Monday, and probably enough for burgers on Tuesday. Sorry, my brain is not able to multitask. Controllers. So, yeah, my arrow. Why am I not looking at the instructions? LNR, previous, next, back. Okay, LNR. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you have it set up to hide the HUD. Were you taking screenshots? Like, are you documenting this, Tech? Are you going full archivist here and being insanely cool? Things I was suggesting doing that you've now beaten me to the punch. So, this is actually curious. So, I swear when I loaded these before, they didn't load to the center, or they loaded in the center of the screen. And this one I felt like used the whole screen, but maybe I'm just crazy. 28 is bad, it must be skipped. Interesting. What's 28? Now I want to know what 28 is. 31. Oh, what is this? You want to be able to see the... do you care... Would you care if I went through and documented all of this? Like, used your app here to document it and all? Like, I'll give you credit for creating the app. I feel like this should be out on the internet somewhere. I just figure if I get bored tomorrow and I want to avoid doing my taxes, I could go full archive on this. Now, why is the background... I'm curious about this additional background stuff here, but interesting. Maybe you're just supposed to load in the tree. I think the tile map is weird on some. I'm sure it is. I'm just curious as to why it's weird. Like it's just curious decisions. Like I don't know. Oh, what does that feel like? Clacks. You guys ever play Clacks on the NES? Try the D-pad. Oh, D-pad? Up. Okay. Recenters the... Oh, maybe I bumped one of those? Okay. Okay. Cool. And then A to show high HUD, B to quit. You said something about animations too. Is that not in this one? Some of the graphics have... Oh, interesting. Really? That'll make documenting it harder. Look at the arrows when I press them. Oh, that's cool. They blink red. Man, Tech. Do you want to use this attack? Yes, no. Do you want to use this attack? Yes, no. Interesting. So there's like a built-in Pokemon... Oh, we could build a Pokemon game. That's a background for Pokemon battles. There's Pokemon the card game. What is going on here? Intriguing. Wait. When you said, just curiosity, when you said 28 is bad, do you mean as in technology bad or as in shouldn't be on stream? Because now it'll crash the console. Okay, that's sorry. My brain just realized that there was like a double meaning there, and I'm like, did Nintendo hide something that shouldn't be on stream? Oh, I wouldn't put it past them. But still, yeah, that would have been funny if that's what it was. Okay, and then it wrapped. It wrapped at 101. Or did you wrap it at 101? Like everything after 101 crashed or something? That's interesting, though, that there's like a whole Pokemon card game code base in here. Very intriguing to me. It will crash the console. Okay. It's very buggy after 101, like Farlands and Minecraft buggy. So probably walking off into bad memory space type buggy. I wonder what this is. Is that like Pikachu's electric attack or something, maybe? That could be like Squirtle, Bulbasaur. I'm just guessing. I'm leaving it wrapped a little here just so I can see what's off the edge. Two trees, then one goes off, then you get two trees. End. I should use that for the end screen. Coin Flipper 2. Oh yeah, so that's got pause time up. Pause time up. Okay. Dual end, L or R. Dual. Some of these things feel like a Rorschach test. Now, why were there... These trees are different. They're darker. They're the same pattern, but I swear the other trees were lighter. That's okay. Mars. Water. Water. Blue sky. Oh, like this one, I feel like had 3-leaf. That weird building one has me convinced there are sprites hidden somewhere on the cart. They might not even be that hidden. Like, is there not a system sprite command? I don't remember looking. Front of the door is missing, so you could have a character layered behind it. Huh. We've ended up in development world. I'm going to ask the question again. Does anybody want to play board games tonight? Or anything for that matter? There isn't a system sprite one documented. It does seem weird. Especially given that they have backgrounds and music. Backgrounds, music. I would assume they'd load everything in that they could. So let me pull up. I just want to go check one. Let's see, NES format, GBA, Ereader, API. So there's something There's one here called Create System Sprite. Let me open up. Let me see if they have that in the API, because maybe they don't even have it documented. What did I just hear? Did I hear something? Hey, Rich and Cheesy. That's a dot code for text background thing. We're doing dev work while we figure out what we're going to do for community game night, if we're going to do anything for community game night. Yeah. I feel like I saw a text note there. I got to trying to read 3 things at once here, and it's not working for me. Okay, there's that program. There's my GBA folder. So I've been starting to shut my computer down every night again, which means everything I was last working on gets closed, which means every day I'm now starting fresh with this stuff again. Not like actually starting fresh, but having to reopen everything. And it's it slows me down a little bit. But it's good. It's good for my power consumption. Where's the Ereader API? There it is. Okay, so if we look at this real quick, I'm going to change my category to gaming and development until we figure out what we're actually doing here. Game or code. What is the category? Software and game development. Software and game development. Done. How difficult would it be to boot up the MCOT mini games? So like you're talking like Silverdown servers. If they're not running, I don't have the power to do it. I might have. No, I don't think I have any minigame servers running, but it wouldn't be hard for me to like log into the Hive. Like, why would we wouldn't have to use theirs. We could go play on another, like if Minecraft community games is what everybody wants to do. We could certainly find that. So, what was I saying before? So there's something called Create System Sprite. So is this in this API? It is not. So, there is. The notation here is a little bit tricky for me here. Give me 1 sec while I try to work this backward. So it'd be your API function. Hold on, I gotta figure out. So that's U323075 at 38. I'm sorry, I'm doing math here, trying to make sure I understand what I'm looking at here. Is that a 1 or a... So is Sprite free in here? So Sprite free's in here. Oh yeah, right here. Sprite create system. They've got it labeled funny. This right here might be the command you're looking for, Tech. To pull sprites. Look at that one instead. Yeah, we can do that. Line 96 if there's no extra spaces. So sprite, this function right here, if there are sprites in the system, it's going to be that one. The bad news is this doesn't have... It does... the parameters aren't documented for this. There are 2 of them. My guess is one maybe is the sprite ID number, like everything else, and the other one might be layer. So, knowing how the rest of these flow, it's probably the handle to the layer and then a number would be my guess. So where do we get the... So the layer would be... Bear with me here. Yeah, so we've got... I don't want a line number. I want to search for the word. You got layer, high, layer, show. Is there a create layer or something? I haven't played around enough with the... Well, wait. I can look at my own code. I like how I've... This is what's been happening in pretty much every activity in my life the last 3 days. If something gets me started on development, I can't stop. It's an addiction. It's a problem. So the key is just not to start. But nobody has expressed any interest in doing community game night games, except for maybe Disman suggesting Minecraft. But maybe everybody else is getting sucked in too. Let's look at my code from here real quick. So, create region, sprite create custom, takes in a 0 and the sprite, the 0... Where's the beta sprite? So it takes in the graphics, the PAL, we don't know what the other parameters are. None of these need a layer. So if it was me, I'd probably pass in a 0 and then another number. Just to see what it does. I don't know that I'm set up to do it, but let's try it. It's gonna fail horribly, but 0, 5. Because 5 is a lucky number. You heard it here first. It's not. It really isn't. 13 is... And I want you guys to know that 13 was one of my lucky numbers long before Taylor Swift claimed it as hers. Just saying. 21 was the other one. 21 and 13. I think some of the CNR team would be willing to join depending on the game. The 5 of us are just playing Jackbox in a call right now. That I've heard. I mean, I don't know what game to play though. That's the thing. I was thinking about Mario Kart. Like I am oddly in the mood to play Mario Kart. I'd have to run upstairs and grab it because I don't have it down here with me, but I don't know why I'm in a Mario Kart mood. I'd also be willing to golf. Google Web Designer. I mean, we could potentially... I don't know. I'm not really in a Jackbox mood. I was going to suggest that, but I'm not really in that mood. Oh, why can't I find what I'm looking for? Because I'm looking for dev kit, and that's not how you spell the word. I'll get this figured out, maybe. Okay. CDD, GBA, dir, CDA, CD, what is this, 4? Make. Warning, implicit declaration of function create system sprite, because that's not what it's called. It's system... What is it in this API? It was named differently. Sprite create system, because naming things in the order that they should be makes no sense. Okay. Save. Implicit declaration of function. Wait, what? Sprite. Did I not? Sorry. Brain not fully on because it's Saturday night. It's all right for fighting. Make. Okay. Then we open this program. Then we go load that. Didn't load up the folder that I wanted. GBA dev, programs, boom. Ereader memory error, good. I don't know how to interpret that. Sounds good, Tech. Have a good night. If I figure anything out, I will put it in the Discord. But I am curious as to why that's not inverted. I don't know what that is. It's a little frightening. But I am curious. Because let's have some fun with this. Every time I push A, once the game starts, we're going to increment that value and do it again. And see how badly we can break the game. Push A pressed A, boom. It's kind of like the sound effect thing all over again. I love breaking things. It's half the fun. Throwing it out there, anybody for board games? Anybody for golf? Anybody for, I don't know. I feel like the multiplayer games are not in right now. Is that just me? Reset. A nap? You want a nap? Were you outside today in this beautiful weather? Because it was a beautiful day today. I went for a long walk to the grocery store. That was a good use of time, I think. Maybe. I bet Ninja Weasel. You don't want to play a board game, Ninja? You were inventorying. You told me you were going to do that this weekend. I should have assumed that first. That button. That button. Let's break a Game Boy. Okay, we're gonna push A. It is the sprites! Oh, you know what we didn't do? we didn't increment. We didn't increment count, or like it just locked in on 6. But 6 is clearly a sprite. We found the sprites. And here I didn't think we'd do any developing tonight, but we found sprites. Oh, this could be fun. I have too many windows. What Pokemon is that? Isn't that like it's like a rat taking a hit to the neck or something. What Pokemon is that? Lotion? What am I working on? So, yeah, Mr. Penguin, let me catch you up to speed, and everybody else, while we're waiting to figure out if we're doing community game night at all. 3 days ago, I said I'm going to spend the next 7 days, and since I stream every day, that means every day, basically, not counting community game night necessarily, trying to make my own game. And I put some restrictions on it. Besides that, I wanted to be done in 7 days. The biggest restriction I made is that the game is going to run on this. And this right here, if you don't know what it is the Game Boy Advanced e-reader. It's a Cyndaquil. Oh, okay. Thank you. I knew, it looked familiar. I just couldn't remember what it was. And so if you don't know how the e-reader works, it basically works like this. You get a game. Yeah, so you take this, you put it in the Game Boy, which I surprisingly don't have a Game Boy near me at the moment, and then you get these cards that have the games on them, and then you scan it. Whoosh. And then you scan another one, and it's another piece of the game. Whoosh. And Nintendo didn't exactly make development for these things public, but it's been... Some people have reversed engineered it enough to be able to do stuff, and we happen to be picking up where they left off in 2008 and reverse engineering it a little further. And I don't know, somebody else has probably done this before, but it feels like we've unlocked a whole like game development framework, which at least it does to me. Like there's so many fun things in here like that we've been playing with, and we've already started making the game. In fact, we've made some really good progress on the game, but And I'm making something really silly. It's just a clicker, like a cookie clicker. And we're actually pretty far into it, like development-wise. But we keep finding things that we didn't know we could use. So in this case, a Cyndaquil. Now here's the interesting thing. I think that actually crashed the game when I loaded the Cyndaquil. Because every time I push A, it's not doing anything. So maybe, or maybe let's just jump to 7. Maybe 5 is a bad number. Let's increment it again oh, you know what? Maybe let's do 7 plus count. No, let's do 6 plus count. Save. And the reason I'm doing that is because the first one I want to see is not Cyndaquil, and then I'm just noticing that the compiler failed. I'm wondering if it didn't actually update. Shutdown. So yeah, we're discovering the things that that we might be able to leverage. But yeah, so if that sounds oddly interesting to you, then yes, you're in the right place. You might also want to go back and watch the last 3 days of streams because it would explain how we got where we are. But yeah, it's been like a fun little challenge, to say the least. Scan eReader dot. No, I don't want to scan dot codes. I want to load a save file. Now crash. Good. Reset. Good. Okay. But yeah, we've got it to the point where we can make the dot codes, which means we can make the cards. We can make a basic game. All that in 3 days. Okay, so I'm going to hit the A button. It didn't crash, but it did change the palette, and it gave us a Totodile. Not whatever happens after Totodile. And then it crashed. So there must be some sprites that are bad, or I wonder how we could figure out, like, why would it crash? That's my next question. And I kind of wonder if it has something to do with the way it's loading into the buffer, because it made these other sprites mad, and it got rid of beta, which makes me think they're all in the same buffer layer thing, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if we're not destroying... I wonder if we could do something like, where do I create the beta sprite? That's right here. Handle beta. What is handle beta? Handle beta is a handle sprite. So let's do this. Let's create another handle. Handle Sam. And every time we create a sprite, we're going to load that handle. Croconaw. See, I don't know any Pokemon after the first 151. The first 151, we could play, like, if somebody has like a Pokemon, name that Pokemon game. We could do GeoGuessr. I didn't even think about GeoGuessr. GeoGuessr's fun too. We could sorry, my brain is trying to think about this and that at the same time, and it's not working. Okay, we're going to set this to 5. Which should be like, no, let's try 4. Which should be like a Totodile or something. So, create system sprite 04, handle Sam, and then we've got handle Sam right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to check to see if there's a way to free Sam. Sprite free. Ha ha ha. That's what we were looking for. And we're going to sprite free handle Sam. Hopefully, if that's what's crashing the game, that will resolve the issue that we're having. So that we can actually page through this thing. We'll find out, though. What's Charles up to tonight? Anybody playing? I also kind of want to do Animal Crossing. I don't really want to do Animal Crossing, but I kind of want to do Animal Crossing. I don't know. I'm all over the place, you guys. That's what it is. I'm just all over the place. I'm a bundle of weird. Splatoon side order. Is that the campaign DLC or something? I don't know what that is. I feel like I should know what it is as a gamer. Yeah. Oh, cool. I got it right on my first guess.
And load start application.
Okay, so there's Beta looking all silly. No. If I hit the button, I got Totodile, and it didn't actually free anything up. I hit it again. It still crashed. So the sprite free did not do the trick. Is there another sprite command? Sprite free. I would have thought sprite free would do it, though. Okay, so how about instead of handle Sam, let's just do sprite free 0 and see what happens. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Maybe we should all just go to bed early. Maybe today was one of those days where I should have stopped streaming and just been done. No. No. Maybe. No. I have friends in Disney World right now, and I'm not there, and I feel like I should be in Disney. That's the other thing that's throwing me off at the moment. Like, I should hop on a plane. Whoa! It completely crashed. What just happened?
Scanned load start application saved on Ereader.
Wow. It completely crashed the game. Okay. So if we need to crash the game, pass in 0 to whatever that is. Okay. Let's try 1 on this. More experimentation. And while we're at it, let's also put a 1 on this one. Do-do. 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 Make. Let's close this. Let's do it again. Make. Do. If Rich and Cheesy is still listening, I'm curious if your kids don't have school next week. Just a random thought. Week after. Things never line up. Okay, start. Okay, we got Totodile, and then it crashed immediately. So the changing the 1 did not do anything for us. I'm also curious why it messes with Beta. Wait. Oh, that's create custom. Handle Beta. Wait, I changed this one, didn't I? That was meant to be a 0. I wanted to change this one to a 1, because that might actually be what's crashing us, except it's not. Let's give that a 5 for Totodile. Handle Sam. Then we come down here, free sprite, handle Sam, 1, 6 plus count. That should work. Hey, Cash. Welcome on in. We haven't yet commenced any community night games because so far, literally no one that has said anything in chat has expressed interest in a community night game that is tangible. But I'm willing to change that if you guys have something in mind. I know you guys maybe were throwing some Minecraft around. At the moment, we are trying to figure out how a specific command works in the e-reader, because that at least is passing time in a way that it feels productive. Do reset. Okay, we'll see if this works. Different kind of game dev. You got an idea, perhaps? Splatoon? I could certainly run and get my copy of Splatoon 3, and we could perhaps do a few rounds of Splatoon 3 if people want. Sounded like Charles was already playing it. Okay, we don't have the other sprite, so that's interesting. Totodile turns on the screen. It doesn't do anything for us. Always down for Splatoon. Okay, well, I've heard voices saying let's play Splatoon. So, since Totodile has eluded my ability to get this to work, and I don't know why, and it's quite possible that I don't understand these two parameters. In fact, I know I don't understand sprite create system. I mean, maybe, hold on. I just want to check one last thing before I go any further. So we create a region. That's for the text. We create custom, sprite create custom, takes in a 0. Let me look at text documentation here, because he might have actually figured out, something that, and documented something that I didn't fully understand when he documented it. Hold on, let me pull that back up. So there's a function in here called the ERP create custom. That's the one I want to look for. Sprite auto animate, sprite move, sprite frame next, sprite load background. Where's sprite custom? Sprite mirror toggle, clear region render frame. It should be in here. Load background, set background, sprite free. Sprite create system was the one we were just playing with. Where's custom? It's right here. Okay, so this isn't fully documented yet. So we don't really know what A is at this point in time. So this might be, because and beta sprite is then made up of this sprite thing, and we don't know. This could be one of the layers though, but we don't know that either, because beta that's not documented either at this point, right? Not well documented. Tile data, unknown. Wait, why unknown width, unknown height, unknown frames? Why are these just not unknown? Because they matched up here, maybe? So they're, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, there's definitely still quite a few things to sniff out about the e-reader and document, and yeah, a lot of trial and error. I'm down, though I have to leave. I'll be back in around 30 minutes or so. Okay, that sounds good. Let me go get my game, because I am pretty sure Splatoon isn't down here. So give me one moment. I will go get Splatoon. Enjoy the chair stream. How many days? Well, so, yeah, it depends on how you count. Here, let me go, because I wasn't counting today, but maybe I have to count it now that I worked on it on stream. But let's see. So yesterday was day 3. So theoretically, today would have been day 4. So, I mean, But here's the thing. I'm not required to only work on it on stream. And we are far enough along that I think I could, and I also didn't actually, like, we're not required to do anything. Like, this isn't a contest or anything. But I just didn't want to dedicate more time to it. I said the 7-day thing was more about me committing to doing it for 7 days. Because one of the other problems that happens on this stream, although not so much this year, is that I start things and I never finish them. So, like, we started making a game a while back called Cheese something Snack Survival. Yeah, it's a contest against myself to some degree, right? Like, exactly, like Cash said. It's more about those kind of things, like trying to make sure that I commit to it with the amount of time I want to do. And by putting the arbitrary limit on it, I'm kind of forcing myself to put a good effort into it too, and maybe do a little work on it off stream. So I don't know. There's no, if I have to go to 8 days, I have to go to 8. But here's the deal. I have committed to finishing something that's going to get printed on cards. Now I have to do the artwork for the cards too, which, I mean, that could be part of these 7 days, or again, maybe I'll bend my rules and we'll put the card making into like stream 8 or 9 or something like that, right? Like, and then they're not going to get printed by the end of day 7 because I want to get them printed correctly. So it's going to take, Dismant, here's the deal. If you want to design art for 5 or 6 cards and save me the trouble, I'm all for it. I was leaning towards Beta's face in some way, shape, or form. And I have a few requirements, namely, and I haven't like voiced these, and I'll open this up to anybody who wants to do it. 1, there's some very specific dimensions. 2, I need room to put the barcodes. 3, they need to be full bleed. And 4, I need a spot where I can put the card number. So like I need to be able to say this is card 1, this is card 2, this is card 3, this is card 4, this is card 5. That's not really essential, but for my own sanity, it's important. Is the game done or in progress? It's not done. It's 4 days away from being done. But I have no doubt that we will finish something worthy to be printed on cards. Does that work? That's going to be a little too small. That doesn't meet my dimensions. But it can certainly be the graphics for the cards. And the game's name is Cheesy Nip Clicker. Will I share the ROM? That's a weird thing to ask, Rainbow. Will I share the ROM? Does a file that, okay, I want to point this out, you guys, and maybe you missed this joke at the beginning of stream. Tech made a really cool thing to allow me to see the backgrounds earlier today. Okay, I'm gonna show you this in Discord because this is how ridiculous it is, and it made me laugh. I didn't even think about it. So he uploaded this. He says, I got a program done for viewing all the possible backgrounds. And then he uploaded this with the little background viewer tool showing with a screenshot. And I was like looking through here and I'm like, oh, he didn't upload the game. He didn't upload it. Because this is an image, right? I just assumed that this was the image. That's not the case. That's the game. So if you're asking if I will provide the dot code to the general public, yes. And this is all you need. This is the game. As ridiculous as that sounds. But yes, I will make it available. I'll make it available to everybody. In fact, I want to make the cards available to everybody too. But not via me. And you'll find more about it. You don't get it? Watch. Here, watch. So we're going to load the e-reader. We're going to go scan e-reader.codes. We're going to find the file that Tech uploaded because I don't think I saved it right here. Well, here, I'll just grab one from... I've got a similar .code, I think, right here. This isn't the same game, but you can see the .code right there. We'll select the .code. A. Scan card. We wait a second. And there you go. That's the game. This right here is what is in... Well, not this .code because I didn't load text game. This is text game, but... Oh, sorry, you can't see. Gosh, I'm thinking you guys are seeing what I'm doing. So, he uploaded this image right here, this background checker. This image right here is the game. Gosh, pro streamer move, talking like you're seeing the game, and yet you're seeing my Nintendo Switch. Also, there's an update for Splatoon 3, so this is going to be another minute. It's called Cheese Nip Clicker, and it is a cookie clicker game, Disman. It is about eating cheese nips. That is the extent of the game. If you wanted to tell a story with the cards, just for the fun of it, like something like join Beta 64 as he devours, and then on the next card, a box, and then on the next card, of the Trinity of snacks. So the cards are going to be like grandma's in the cookie clickers, or are they the game data? The cards are the game data. So this is, if you get, maybe, hold on, so the way I'm going to send this game to beta, in violation of his own rules, the way I'm going to send the game to beta, it looks like this. And on the edge of the game, or on the edge of the card, is the dot code. Okay? So this is, but there'll probably be 5 of them. My hope is not more than 5. Because if there's more than 5, I made too many. Or I made my game too big. Because the number of cards you need is based on how big your game is. Right? So the game data will be on the bottom and on the top in a very specific spot, so you can't put any artwork there. I can get you a template too. But yeah, and then the backside is full bleed. It doesn't need to be red. I mean, it doesn't technically even need to be white on black. The Pokemon cards. What even is the point of the e-reader? Cheap game distribution. It's a classic Nintendo gimmick to a large degree, but the e-reader itself, this thing, reads that dot code in as binary and translates it into a video game or into whatever it is. So this right here, this card, plus 4 other ones of its relationship, loads Ice Climber onto the Game Boy Advance. If you were Nintendo and you wanted to hand out a video game for the Game Boy Advance at a convention, this significantly cheaper to do than handing out cartridges. Significantly cheaper. Nintendo had promo games that you could go and get at certain Nintendo events back in the day. They didn't really do promo. In fact, there are some promo cards out there that are like supposedly really hard. And same with Pokemon cards, right? Like these cards have e-reader data on them. Wait, you're saying by printing cards you can play your game on a... Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Desmond. Have you guys not known what I've been talking about this whole time? Like, that's what this is. We are making a game that will be playable on a Game Boy Advance. Yes. Through this. Or an emulator if you load the graphic into an emulator. That's what I'm saying! I don't even need like a flash cartridge. That's it. I wonder if anybody has made like a 3DS homebrew app to read e-reader card 3D. 3DSs didn't have. I'm gonna go with no. How would you do that? Like read it in with the camera on the e-reader or on the 3DS? It does work with the GBA, I believe, or with the original DS. I don't think the camera on... I could be wrong on this. I don't think the camera on the DS would be strong enough to see the pixels. That would be the real problem with doing that. And did the 3DS even have a camera? Yes, it did. It had 2 cameras. What am I saying? It had the 3D camera gimmick thingy. But yeah, I don't think those cameras, like, they're not very good quality, if I remember correctly. It would be... QR codes, though, have something that these... I don't think you understand, like, even looking... This is hard to explain. I can show it, but even looking at this. This QR codes, if you look at them, you can see the pixels really easily. Getting my camera to focus on that, like, even if you snapped a photo of that, that would be hard to process for a camera. Like, you need a very, very close lens that knows exactly, and that's what this is technically a camera, but it's a camera that is so locked in on that thing. The 3DS had an AR camera. Okay, print out the graphic. Yes, yeah, that might work. You could enlarge it, and it could potentially read that. And then you might be able to pipe it into a Game Boy Advanced emulator that had e-reader support and could map all the data into the e-reader. So it would just be better to use a Game Boy Advanced ROM directly. Yes. Yeah, that would make... Like, you might as... If you're talking about trying to get your game to work on the DS, it'd be easier to just use a flash card or some other homebrew method of loading a game on. But I'm not... That's not my target. That's half the fun of this development process, is that I'm... Oh, hold on a sec. I just looked over at the update that I thought I was doing, and it told me that that I'm out of space on my Switch, so I need to archive stuff. Okay, so we're back to it's updating. You should just have the e-reader look like some business card. It might be, but shout-outs to obsolete technology. It is. And here's... So, I'm going to tell you, there was a little bit of a cascade thing here that led to where we are now. The part of this story that I kind of left out, like when we were talking about it last week, it was kind of me trying to find a way to get a rule broken for the fun of it, because I'm all about getting people to break their own rules. Like, I find it hilarious when police officers go over the speed limit without their lights on. I find that absolutely hilarious. Like, if I'm going down the highway at exactly 65 miles an hour and I get passed by a cop on the left, I laugh. Like, I'm assuming that the speed limit is the speed I'm going. Like, I want to pull them over, right? Because they're speeding. but I don't have that kind of authority. That to me, there's an irony to people breaking their own rules, if that makes sense. And so Beta may or may not have... In fact, Cash, I have one other requirement. If you're not Cash, Dismond, I have one other requirement too. The company name for this like if like EA Sports or Nintendo or I don't know who else makes games these days. The game. This is true, Cash. So maybe I should just laugh at the lawmakers. But or whoever's doing it. That said, I want the company name to be Not a Fan Games. All one word, maybe even with a hashtag. Not a Fan Games. I wanted to run and maybe without the S. Maybe Not a Fan Game. But games make it sound like a company. So I'm debating the S. But I could go with that. Not a Fan Games works for me. Yeah, we'll leave off the LLC because I haven't actually incorporated. The S makes it better? Okay. It's without the S, it's too much. Okay, fair enough. No to Fan Games. We're trying to hide it more. We don't need to hide it more. It's a play on words. I think it's a great play on words. That's the whole joy of it. I'm having too much fun with this project for whatever it's worth. I'm causing trouble when I don't mean to be well, actually I entirely mean to be causing trouble. It's the good kind of trouble though. And I hope the humor is seen. Not That's exactly it. It's a double dig. It's double entendre, right? Because it's not a fan game, therefore it's playable. But it's also not a fan. You're welcome to take on sprite work. I mean, the joy of the sprite work that I'm there. I have some really, really like strict rules with these sprites. Like technology rules. Because like going full 256 color and all that means like I have to dedicate 2 cards to simply sprites, which that doesn't work for me. So like the beta sprite that I made, I don't know if you saw it when I loaded it earlier. That alone added a card, and that's 16 colors. And here, I'll show you what it looks like. But you're welcome to like tweak these things. That would like, I'm not going for perfection here, but there, that's my, oh, you guys can't see again. This button there. That's my beta sprite. I do need a cheese nips one too, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. I got a day or two. I feel like there's a way to zoom in. I'll just do this. There. It's got its own, yeah, it's got its own charm. And then this is the start, like, this is the interface, except for the whole interface is broken right now because I was playing around with things before our stream, and there's a Totodile for your enjoyment. My game isn't as broken as this would make it seem, for whatever that's worth. It's just, we were testing some things a few minutes ago, and it's in a broken state right now, but it's not that broken. You're trying to fit Cookie Clicker on a trading card, and I'm trying to fit CNR3. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And Cookie Clicker will fit just fine. I'm not worried. I think, if I'm being honest, I think I can get it down to 4 cards. In fact, I'm like at 4 cards right now, but it'll be a little bit better. No, I think it's like 5 colors right now, Dismon, but yes, it's technically a 16 color bitmap, BMP. Totodile has more. Totodile, though, was not loaded into my card. Totodile was built into the e-reader. And this is, again, if you missed it last night, we've discovered, so our game will have music because there's pre-built music in the e-reader that I'm just going to steal. Our game will have sound effects because there's pre-built sound effects in the e-reader that we're just going to steal. And steal isn't the right word. Use, because the e-reader gives them to us to use as developers. I really don't know what the legal ramifications of me using these things, but they're there. So I don't I don't know how. It's kind of like, are you violating the rules if you load the Nintendo graphic on the system? You wish you could have designed sound effects for the cheese nip clicker. Hey, if you can figure out how to make a sound file for the sound of a cheese nip going into a person's mouth, and make it the right format for the Game Boy so that I just have to load it on and it doesn't take up 18 cards, I will gladly load custom sounds. So here's my question. Because this is one of those really weird things, right? Like let's say Nintendo releases a game called Game Builder Garage. Oh wait, they did that. And in that game, no, let's take it a little bit further. They release a game called Mario Paint. Okay? So Nintendo releases a game called Mario Paint. And then somebody comes along and uses their composer and maybe their animation tools to make a short movie, like a 9-frame movie, complete with music, because that's something you can do. And then they turn around and they upload that movie to YouTube and make millions of dollars off of it. Now, here's my question. Who owned the rights in that film? Lawyers would have a field day with this. Right? Now, all that said, and I think there's some weird, you would own the right, but Nintendo could make the argument that you were never allowed to take it off of the game you were playing. Right? Like it was meant to be trapped in the game. Like Nintendo didn't give you the rights to export anything from the game itself. Well, so that's the thing. You get into the fact that it becomes a tool, right? So the program isn't making the money. The artist is using it as a tool, and so you look at Mario Paint as the tool, right? So here's the question. Is the e-reader meant to be a tool? Or did Nintendo somehow require me to license this card to be able to scan it like they do games? Because if this is a tool, then the assets inside it are free game for me to access via this card. But if this isn't a tool, then I don't know. Like that, it's weird to think about. Like, do I have the right to access the memory that this thing requires me to access to use it? I don't know. It gets into the whole, like, do you have the right to self-publish a game? And even that's been challenged. Because I assume you're supposed to be a licensed developer to use the e-reader assets. I don't know if you are. In fact, show me the documentation where you have to be a licensed Nintendo developer to make e-reader games. I don't know that that was ever the case. I don't know that they ever went that route. Because I assume you're supposed to be a licensed developer to use the e-reader assets, whereas you have to buy a copy of Mario Paint to use it. See, I don't know. Show me the documentation. See, now that I should go read the legalese for what I purchased. Yeah, I'm with you, Rich and Cheesy. If they gave me a hard time about it, I would just, stop doing whatever I'm doing. But where it would be like normally where things get in, like this is where things are kind of weird, right? And it's kind of the same question with Yuzu and the Yuzu lawsuit, right? That just happened. Because if Nintendo, like, come at it this way, for example, right? Normally, if I were to say send this card with a picture of Mario on it, right? If I were to send a card with a picture of Mario on it, I'm distributing Mario. And since I don't own Mario, that could get me in trouble, right? And I'm not talking specifically about trademarks here, but that's the same concept, right? Like if I was selling Mickey Mouse, if I was selling, oh yeah, there's a Yuzu lawsuit going on right now too that started on Thursday or Friday night. Which is going to be really interesting if it actually gets anywhere, but I don't think Nintendo is going to win that one. There is a very big legal question in there regarding keys that's what's that case is going to ride on. But and how Yuzu got to where they got, but my guess is Nintendo's hoping that a lawsuit will be big enough to just shut them down. Yeah, well, I'll be very curious how that one plays out. But the point is, and this is what I'm getting at, if Mario is on this card, I'm distributing Mario, right? But Mario's not on the card. I'm simply referencing Mario in memory, and that memory is in the e-reader. So I'm distributing something that gives access to that, which to some degree is like distributing a key, but I don't think you can make an argument that RAM is encrypted because it's not. It's encoded, but it is not encrypted. So I'm not cracking any encryption, so I'm not violating DMCA. So I don't know. It's a reference. Exactly. It's very curious. And there's a part of me that would love. I want to make this very clear, Nintendo. If you are going to sue me, give me the chance to just cease and desist because I will stop because I don't want to make you mad. I love you, Nintendo, but there is a part of me that would love to see that lawsuit and understand what it is that they would actually go after me for, because I can't think what they could go after me for when they're the ones that set up a system for me to do this. Maybe. I don't know. It would be interesting. And it's not like I'm going to cut into their e-reader sales. In fact, if anything, I'm going to boost e-reader sales with this. Like I'm not, this is old technology at this point. And in fact, that would be the other thing that they would have a hard time defending, because at this point it's now old enough that I think I'd be in the realm of like trying to reverse engineer old tech type stuff. But I don't know. They 100% could find a way to go after. I know that they could find a way to go after me. I just want to know what it would be, and whether or not I could find a lawyer that would be like, they've got no case, like, and just get it. Whoop. But yeah, I don't know. It would be curious. If it wasn't under Nintendo as a company, Mario would be public domain, I think. Yeah, probably. Although it's not old enough yet, but yeah, at least not in the US. Again, I don't know all the details, but unauthorized usage of dev kits, dev assets is not looked upon fondly by Nintendo. This is true. This is entirely true. And actually, that was the one thing that Tech brought up that could potentially get me in a little bit of trouble. I didn't fully reverse engineer this on my own. Somebody else reverse engineered it first. And the question there becomes, did they do it legally or did they do it some other way? And I have no way of knowing. I really don't. My assumption is that they dumped the ROM and then did what they needed to do to reverse engineer it. But they may not have. They may have gotten a hold of something that they weren't legally allowed to have, and that changes everything as well. So, but we're not talking about dev assets. This is, everything we've accessed is on a production sold to the public thing. But I don't know. Like I said, and I'm not distributing those assets, which is normally how they would go after somebody. I am not distributing any of the assets. Yeah, and I want to make it clear one more time. These cards do not contain the assets that we're talking about. That's the curious thing about this argument. It doesn't do anything. It's like, can you go after, and this would be another interesting lawsuit. I like how this has turned into, let's not play Splatoon. Let's just talk, legality stuff. But there's a tool online. Nintendo Switch, what do they call it? Here, this thing. The RCM jig. And if you're somebody that has done Yuzu, you've probably either made one of these or you've purchased one or whatever. This is the thing that allows you to access the Nintendo Switch recovery mode so that you can dump your keys and stuff like that. I don't think that Nintendo could go after the people who make this. Maybe they could, but that's kind of the same thing. They're not giving the person the keys. They're not giving the person the OS. They're not giving the person the recovery console. They're not giving them firmware. They're giving them a paperclip that happens to allow them to access the thing that Nintendo gave them in the first place. It's like pushing the reset button on the back of a device when you don't know what it does. Sometimes it allows you to access things that you otherwise wouldn't have had access to. Switch keys are on a product sold to the public, and they're still going after it. The Switch keys are on a product sold to the public. So that's the question, Cash. And that's why I'm, like I said, the Yuzu lawsuit is very, very curious. Because Yuzu was not distributing the keys. They were distributing instructions on how to get the keys. Which, that's intriguing in and of itself. That's why Nintendo may not have a case. But we don't know. They're going to bring a case. It's going to get there. Whether or not Yuzu fights it, that's a different question. Whether or not they could win, that's a completely different question. I don't know. It's intriguing. And there may be differences in US law versus Japanese law too. It's intriguing. Your e-reader card stuff is kind of like Nintendo suing you for making a TV that can play their games without their permission. There's a little bit to that. Yes, you're not wrong. There is some parallel there. And here's the thing. We're not even playing their game. We're playing our game. We're just leveraging things that they gave us to leverage as a developer. Except Nintendo never said we were a developer, which brings us back to this gets into... do they have to say we're developers? So, I don't know. And I'm not selling the interface either. So, it's like, it would fall into the category of an unlicensed game. Hey, Charles, welcome back. We haven't yet gotten to Splatoon. I am attempting to install the update for it that I apparently don't have. So, yeah, no, we're having a philosophical debate. Now, here's the thing. I don't think I would ever... No, I'm not going to say that. I don't know. Funny thing is, there are officially unlicensed games on older systems like the SNES. Oh, yeah. In fact, I own a few for the NES. I have Tengen Tetris, which if you want to see the battle over where this type of conversation started... Now, Tengen Tetris doesn't use assets on the NES. It leverages the memory space, but Tengen Tetris caused all sorts of legal problems. Because not only did it involve making an unlicensed Nintendo game, hence the black Tengen cartridge that bypassed the chip or whatever, but it also gets into how Tetris was being licensed at the time, which that also was a giant disaster. Why does he? I don't know. Are we talking about my game or are we talking in general? Was this an NES port? I don't know what you mean by that. This was a game on the shelves, sold by Tengen. It looks completely different. Oh yeah, no. Tetris NES. You'd recognize that. Yeah, it's that screen. It's that purple. So this is not the. I don't want to play a ROM on stream here. That's not what I'm looking for. But this screenshot here. This is what NES Tetris looked like, the one that was released by Nintendo. And then Tengen Tetris looked like this. Since Soviet Russia and the devs being Russian. There's a whole movie about this, Rainbow. Not this specific part of the story, but Tetris's licensing got really, really weird. Really weird. And it is a legitimately, like, I've heard good things about the movie on Apple. I haven't actually seen it yet, and I don't know why. I know why. I don't have Apple Plus or whatever it's called to watch it. But the Tetris movie, or documentary movie, whatever it is, covers the drama, and it's well, I don't know, it's 100% true to life in the film. It's not as crazy off as it might seem. And because so you have to understand, it was developed in Russia. The original Tetris was developed in Russia, and not just Russia, it was Soviet Russia at that point in time, which meant things made in Russia were owned by the government, right? So you have this person, it's not person's rights at this point, it's government rights, which gets it into all sorts of some weird things. And what ended up, I'm going to get part of the story wrong, but what ended up happening, and this was part of the disaster that was Tetris licensing at the time, is somehow the license got divided at one point, and oh no, it's not about falling blocks at all. The Tetris movie is entirely about the documentary drama that unfolded regarding Tetris, and Hank, I forget. Yeah, this is the film Tetris. I mean, here, I don't know if I can legally play the trailer on stream, but I'm going to.
Tetris. It's the perfect game. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I played for 5 minutes. I still see falling blocks in my dreams. It's poetry, art, and math all working in magical synchronicity. It's the perfect game.
It is the perfect game.
Tetris.
Tetris. Tetris.
Tetris. I don't get it.
It's a combination of tetra, Greek for four, and tennis.
Tennis.
The Russian inventor, he likes tennis.
This game isn't just addictive, it stays with you. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Hank, only
Hi, Rye Guy.
people in the world have seen what you're about to see. It's called the Game Boy.
Package it with Tetris. Can you get us the rights?
And that was the thing. Can he get us the rights?
Wide rights. Nothing gets out easily. I'm gonna go to Moscow.
You're walking into a country.
that still considers America enemy numero uno.
Okie dokie.
You sure you don't have to talk to your wife about this first?
Pioneers have to bet the house to win.
But not literally.
Listen. Have you ever heard our apartment this quiet before?
This is the inventor of Tetris.
Your game is brilliant. I'm gonna make you a millionaire.
Mr. Rogers, have you ever negotiated with the Soviets?
Good old Hank Rogers.
Tetris.
We все здесь только ради денег.
What do you say? I don't speak Russian.
The most powerful man in Communist Party is watching you and your family.
Do you know where your husband is?
What the hell is going on?
The world is changing, and Soviet Union will not be left behind.
You want to play with the
Hey, Legion.
boys? This is how the world.
We have random people showing up.
Where's my money?
This
Welcome
is
on in.
insane.
We can't protect you.
Sometimes you
We're talking about the Tetris movie. Oh, we got Raiders. Welcome on in, Raiders. How's it going? What channel are we in? We're in Splatoon 3. We're about to jump over to Splatoon 3. But welcome on in. Who do we... Let me check the raiders here. So, Rye Guy Limbo. It's a raid, yeah. Rye Guy Limbo. Welcome on in. I'm JJDB210. I am a daily variety streamer. That's not the command I wanted to do here. Shout out Rye Guy. I can't multitask here, it seems. Variety streamer, family friendly, all those fun things. And none of my commands are working because I can't do anything right, it seems. What were you guys doing tonight? Where did you guys come from? Playing Fortnite. Nice. Yeah, we play all sorts of things. Lately, we've been doing some video game dev. We're about to play Splatoon 3, except for we're stuck right here. This is our problem. We're stuck on updating software because I was not prepared. Oh, you remember, like you're trying to get into Family Friendly Live? That's cool. You love Splatoon? Awesome. We've been doing game development the last few nights. So I stream every day. I have for... I didn't even know I don't know what number we're on today. Like 1,400 and some days in a row. And we do all sorts of things. We just got done playing Metroid Dread about a week ago. Now we're working on making a game, which is loaded over here for the Nintendo e-reader. We're doing that for 7 days. Yeah, so that's the kind of things we do around here. And we're trying to have community game night, and then we ended up talking about Tetris, which is why I was just playing the Tetris trailer and the Tetris movie, and we were talking about licensing because we've been trying to figure out whether or not I am breaking the law. So you'll buy it and stream it. Well, so here's the game. Let me explain. Do you guys all know what the Nintendo e-reader is? Do you know what this is? How big is FFL these days? I don't know. We're a much quieter group than we used to be. It's only illegal if you get caught. Okay, so here's the thing. So back in, let's call it, you know what, there's probably a date on this. Hold on, let me see. Back in 2002, Nintendo had this Game Boy out known as the Game Boy Advanced. Maybe you've heard of it. It looks like a little wing, kind of a cool system, right? And somebody over there in their, let's do some weird, weird gimmicky type thing that we as Nintendo are known for, decided to come up with this device right here. And this is the Nintendo e-reader. And the way it works is you pop it into the Game Boy Advanced, and then you have these cards that look like this. Here, and I'll make the camera a little bigger if I can figure out how. So they look like this. Focus camera. And you'll notice at the top and the bottom, they have what looks kind of like a QR code. It's very similar to a QR code, except for it's a lot tinier. And there's a lot more dots than your typical QR code, right? And so what would happen is you'd go and you'd buy a pack of these cards. For example, this one's Donkey Kong Jr. And you'd put this in your Game Boy, and you'd scan it. And then you'd scan the other side like this. And then all of a sudden, Donkey Kong Jr. would be playable on your Game Boy Advanced for however long until you shut the power off. And then when you turn the power back on, you got to scan the cards again. And they had all sorts of cards back in the day, right? So they had, you guys, if you collect Pokemon cards, you may have never have seen one of these, but Pokemon cards used to be e-reader cards. There was definitely a batch of them, and it would load some Pokemon data in there. Animal Crossing had Pokemon cards that would give you designs that you could then upload to your game. So there's a Mario card that you could load in. I don't know. All sorts of games. I've got Excite Bike here. I've got Ice Hockey. I've got Ice Climbers. I don't know. Just a bunch of different cards here that people could do. But here's where it's cool, at least to me. This wasn't like some magic unlock code that just unlocked something that was on board the e-reader. This was actually code. Like the dots were the code. And sometime in like 2008, some people figured out how to actually make these codes so that you could reproduce them and make your own stuff. And while that never really took off, like there isn't a giant developer community for e-reader cards, for some reason, in my bucket list of things to do as a person, I decided that this is the platform I wanted to develop for today or this week. And so we dived right in a few days ago, and we are making a cookie clicker game, a very basic, click the button and maybe get some additional things like that. And thank you for the gift sub, by the way, there, Rye Guy. So we are just making a game, and we're going to print it on cards and send it to a few people and have them play it, and maybe play it on, we'll play it on stream throughout development and all that. And it's going pretty well. And we're learning a lot of cool things, but one of the things that we have discovered, and this is kind of where we are right now. And you can see, if I go back to this screen, not that screen, this screen. If we go back to this screen, you'll see that there's a total dial, or half of a total dial here. And in fact, I'll take this a step. Let me reload this. And actually, I'll show you guys this, because this is what it actually looks like. So if I load, sorry, my brain is, it's Saturday night, you guys. If I load the ROM here, you know what? I'm going to get out of Splatoon 3 here, since I'm not really... Ereader isn't even something on the list of things I can stream on Twitch. Go figure. Go back to software and game development. So if I come in here, I fire up the eReader,
Scan.code.
I can actually load in those eReader .codes right here. So I can find one, and I'll just load one in from today. So this is something that a member of our community put together called, or the member is Tech Tangents. You might know him from YouTube. Pretty cool guy. He put together this to help us debug something, and that something is that the eReader actually has a whole bunch of pre-made assets loaded into it. So in this case, the backgrounds. So there's a bunch of backgrounds that are just in the eReader that can be loaded up very easily. It's like one line of code, poof, and you've suddenly got a magic background that you can load into your game and use. And the question that we've been debating, if you will, or trying to figure out is, if I were to make a game that used the assets in the eReader, could Nintendo sue me and win? We all know they could sue me, like they're suing Yuzu right now. But the question is, could they sue me and win? And I'm in the camp of, if I had good lawyers, no. But I'm not sure. It's a weird thing, because I'm not distributing their assets. I'm just using them via a piece of software that they provided, and like via a tool that they provided, which makes it really curious as to whether or not it would be allowed or not. So that's where we were, and somehow that led us into how Tetris got licensed and how Tengen Tetris exists. And if you guys don't know what Tengen Tetris is, it's the other Tetris game for the NES, other than classic NES Tetris. So all interesting things, but like I could make a Pokemon game, and I think I'd get in trouble with that because of that copyright Pokemon at the bottom. maybe not. Look at, I mean, they've even got the stuff for the card game here, and then we've got broken stuff in the background there. Actually, the movie's done, Rye Guy. It's available on Apple. I haven't actually watched the movie yet. I only know the story from reading. I'm a big Tetris fan too. I love, and maybe we should play Tetris 99 tonight, since this has gone so horribly. I don't know why this update, like, I swear this is taking longer than any other update I've ever gotten from Nintendo. Like, I don't know if it's my internet or if it's just a bad update. Wait, why is it suddenly moving? I just put it on and it suddenly starts going? That's weird. Yeah, I don't have Apple TV either, which is why I haven't seen it. I just know it exists. It's one of their, unique pieces of content or whatever. So yeah, we've been going on doing some of the game development. So we'll be doing that for the next 4 days, and then I don't know what game I'm going to play after that. If you guys have a recommendation, I'm all for it. I'm doing something a little different this year. Normally, like I said, I'm a variety streamer, and that normally meant like every other day we were changing what we were doing. Like Mondays we do Minecraft, Tuesdays we do, I don't know, something. Wednesdays we'd do something. We'd have a board game night. Community game night's supposed to be Saturdays, which is why we're trying to play Splatoon, even though I should be doing software development. No, I don't only play Nintendo games. In fact, for a long time, I was a Minecraft streamer for more than I care to mention. I should probably have said that. We streamed like exclusively Minecraft for, I don't know what, 2 years, Dismon? 3 years? 4 years? Well, if we count the first 2 years, it's been like the first 4 years were like all Minecraft. But and we've got servers, plural. A lot of fun, but I've kind of moved away from the Minecraft only because it's been a while since they've updated with anything that it was many years that it hasn't been able to hold my attention like it used to be able to do. And there's so many other games. And yeah, so instead of doing the whole variety thing, is now we've been playing one game from start to finish. And we've beaten like 5 games this year already, like since January 1st. And that's like more games than we've beaten like the prior 4 years, which is crazy to think about. So I don't know. It's making me happy. And if you haven't played Metroid Dread, it's not like ultra kid friendly, but I really enjoyed this game. This is the one we just got done with, and I liked it. It made my heart pound. It made me scream. Okay, maybe not scream, but panic at least. It was good. So, thing is that if it's not a game that is already copyright protected, then I'm thinking that they couldn't win, but I'm guessing based on limited knowledge of copyright law. So, if it's not a game that is already copyrighted protected. So, and that's why it gets interesting. The game wouldn't be, because it would be my game. The assets would be copyrighted in the sense that Nintendo holds the copyright on Totodile and Charizard and all their Pokemon. Just see what they're doing to Pal World now. But the weird part about it is that I wouldn't actually be distributing I wouldn't be distributing those assets. I would be leveraging the fact that the platform that my game is running through is guaranteed to have those assets and give me access to them. Doesn't the Pokemon? Okay, yes, we're getting into specifics. Yes, Pokemon Company owns all the assets for Pokemon. But my point is that I'm not. Normally, copyright law stops you from distributing. That's the weird part about this. In this situation, I'm not distributing. Nintendo was the one that distributed the assets. They're the ones that sold and licensed this device. The fact that my cards gave people access to those assets, you're in a weird spot. You're very particular on who owns Pokemon. That's fair. I shouldn't misspeak either. Oh, this is a long update. No copyright law in the universe is going to stop you. That's fair. Yeah, try to avoid putting copyright assets. If you're going to do artwork, Desmond, try to avoid using copyright stuff on these cards too, because I'm kind of hoping to have something happen that I don't want to say on stream, but I don't want to sell them, but I do want them to be distributed, possibly. We'll see. I don't know. It might be a bad idea. Should we use the e-reader logo or not? I was tempted to, but I'm thinking no. I'm thinking that Nintendo probably like trademarked that or copywrote that. I could look it up, and there is no C or TM on it, but that actually surprises me. There's no C or TM on it. Not that matters, but I'm going to assume it's probably not a safe thing to use. And that's the question. Exactly. That's where we were trying to figure out how it would work out. And we don't know. Yuzu hasn't lost, but they also haven't won. So we don't know where it's going to end up. It's going to be a little interesting. This is true too. If I'm selling it and making millions versus, if I'm just distributing it, handing it out to people at fun little things or whatever. If I'm distributing the code and people are doing it themselves, I don't know. It's a lot of curiosity. I still don't understand why this is going fast one moment and then going slow the next. It's pretty boring, but I don't know. So yeah, this is where tonight has been. It's turned into a just chatting stream. We did make a little bit of progress because we did find sprites in the memory space. That was part of what we're doing. And if you're interested in learning more about this game dev, stuff like that, be sure to join our Discord too. But yeah, we've got a good group of people that do game development here. A lot of like Disman and Cash here have been working on and Super Mario. They've all been working on a Dreams game called Cheese Nips Rescue 3, which is going to be epic. We've already got to play beta versions of that. That's been a lot of fun because we love snack foods around here, namely 3 particular snack foods. If you aren't familiar with Cheese Nips, they are the snack food of Beta64, a YouTube streamer out there that we all love in this community. And then I'm a big fan of Dot's Homestyle Pretzels, the Pride of Dakota, North Dakota Originals, tasty and delicious, not sponsored. We just like them that much. If you've never had a Dot's pretzel, it's not an ordinary pretzel. You should try them. Again, not sponsored. We just like them that much. So yeah, there's my little snack spiel. So we like to make video games based on our snacks. I don't know why. It's just what we do. So, it is, and it's fun, and we're learning things about the e-reader that the general public doesn't know. Like, we can't even find it on the internet type thing, so we're reverse engineering as we go too, which is kind of fun. I don't know. We have these moments where I like to do this kind of stuff on stream, and I mean, another example of this, and apparently this is turning into a show and tell stream for you guys because everything else I've got planned for this evening has fallen apart. If I go back to this camera, you'll see a dress hanging up over here, and it's currently not on. The lightsaber kind of does the same thing, but we spent, I don't know, how many streams? Wrong button again. I can't hit any of the right buttons. We've spent a lot of streams reverse engineering Disney's Bluetooth protocol. And again, this is just another weird technology thing that we do. I love Walt Disney World. You guys are learning way more about me tonight than you probably expected. You came in expecting Splatoon, and you've got none of that so far. But I love Disney. I love Disney World. I love going to Disney with my family. I live in Minnesota for whatever that's worth, and going to Disney with my family is a little bit of an ordeal, but we get down there far more than we should. And my pet project is, I'll just put this up on stream. And I stream with my kids, so this isn't like all that unusual either. But so this dress right here, so you'll see it lights up and all that fun stuff. And when we're just walking around the parks, it's just lighting up and doing its own thing. But we have, it actually has code in it that during like the fireworks shows and stuff like that, it will hear Disney's Bluetooth signals and make the dress do whatever Disney wants it to do, whether that's, turn on or glow a certain color or whatever. And that's taken about 2.5 years to reverse engineer and all of that fun stuff too. So if that's interesting stuff to you, that's the kind of random stuff we end up doing here on stream. And playing video games all the time, except for when they look like this and they say, let's update. I'm going to load Tetris 99. If anybody wants to play, feel free. Splatoon only says it has 2 minutes left, but its 2 minutes has been like 15 minutes, so we'll see if it keeps downloading while we're playing. I want to play something tonight. Hey, Cassandra, how's it going? Tetris 99. Done. Games don't update when you're playing online? Really? Are you sure? So you're telling me that... Oh, I did go to paused. Why can't I override that? What if I cancel this now? Will it then... Do you want it to be a private game? We could just do everybody pushes A at the same time. Let's do Tetris, though. Because I want to get a game in before the 2-hour mark. Because I normally stream for 2 hours, and we haven't played anything other than my dev games. We can make it private, though. You want to go private? Do we have enough people to play to make going private make sense? Because that seems silly. Because I feel like we probably don't have enough people to make a private game make sense. Tired of allergies? I can understand. Let's do timing. So how do we have to count down to do timing, right? We'll do a round or two of this. See if I can get a win. Okay, here's what we'll do. On the count of 3, put an F in chat, and I'll tell you what the time delay is. Okay? I'll start counting. So on the 3, 2, 1, F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so based on the number, when you saw the text, that's how long it should be. Off to bed? Sounds good, Mama Bear. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in with the raid. So, okay. Here's what I will do. I will count down and, well, I'll wait. I'll wait for people to fire up their Switches real quick, since this is where we're ending up, I guess. Few games of Tetris. And then I'm going to go have some popcorn and a long winter's nap, even though it feels like spring outside. Also, are any of you... I don't really like to disclose people's locations. I'm kind of curious, though. Are any of you near the place getting 10 feet of snow in California? Because I've heard of, like, 1 foot of snow here in Minnesota, or 2 feet of snow, or 3 feet of snow. I've heard of those type of snowstorms here in Minnesota. But 10 feet of snow? 10? No, you know, and not just 10 feet of snow. 10 feet of snow with 190 mile per hour wind gusts. That's my thought too, Rainbow. 10 feet at 190 miles. Think about that for a moment. You don't want to be in that. That's like a trailer height worth of snow coming at you at 3 times the speed of a normal semi. I don't even... That sounds worse than a hurricane to me. And yet it's barely on the news, like it's not doing any damage at all, which has me very, very curious. Like, is everybody just all buried in the snow that they can't get any reports out? I just want to know. Yeah, exactly. The drought is over. There's too much snow now. Okay, here's what we'll do. Countdown. When I will say 3, 2. I don't know. I'll count to 4, and you guys can start whenever you want. So 1, and I'll go on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to get in the game. If you can't, you can't. Either way is fine. We're just gonna. You'll get to play a game of Tetris at full speed. Since we talked about Tetris tonight and the Tetris movie. Now I kind of want to watch that tonight. I wonder if I can get it on, like, Amazon. That part of California is just seasick. They fell into the ocean, too. We forgot about that. The 10 feet of snow was really just the ocean coming up and burying them. Oh, that'd be horrible. Okay, how do you play this game again? Attackers. Okay, I got to get some speed first. Let's find the speed. I got to get used to the controller again. I am not playing well at all. Okay, that's the wrong flip, so we've got that figured out. that was the wrong flip. So that's not good. Oh, I keep getting my flips backwards. This is not great for me. There's one. I don't have any attackers. No! Oh, this could be bad. Okay, let's just get... No! 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 That was really bad. I misdropped. It was just bad. Okay, did Disman... Let's see if Disman got in the match with us, though. We'll keep going, though. I'll wait. I don't think, Disman, you were in our game. You weren't in the match? I'm surprised there are that many people playing this game. I got beat by Rock Yomi. Well, so Cash, at the start of the game, nobody has KOs, right? You're not wrong. You got to target KOs, but like up until like the 50 line or the 50 person mark, I like to attack attackers who are all supposed to be attacking me so I can send them massive amounts of garbage. I thought attacking KOs attacks the people with the highest KOs. Are you sure? No. Targeting KOs targets people who are about... oh, then maybe I'm doing the wrong one. Oh, yeah. Okay, so attack KOs... But you can't get the damage with one-liners way up high without doing attackers. Badges comes later. Okay, is anybody from our community still in this game? I suppose they wouldn't be able to type to us. A lot of names I don't recognize. Do I have a star next to my name? I don't. I need a star. I need to play more. Rainbow was 68. Did Rainbow get in this fight? Nope, unless it's pipe it up. You weren't in the fight with us either. Maybe we were all in the wrong fight. What I do is target KOs until I feel like I'm getting too much heat, then I switch to attackers to cool things down. I mean, that does make sense. It's a good strategy. Okay, I'm going to assume everybody's out and back out, because I don't think anybody is currently fighting against us that's currently talking. So let's try this again. I'll just count down. 3, 2, 1, go. Desmond and Charles were in your game? Oh, Charles might have still been going. Now I feel bad. We'll catch him on the next one, maybe. Maybe I was in a different game than everybody else. Maybe we should do private. I don't know. It's always hard to tell. Like, you used to be able to kind of figure it out by like the first 3 numbers that would show or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. Okay. I won't go crazy. I'll just go fast. Except this is not fast. I wonder if I switched to Joy-Cons if I'd be faster. That was a mistake. Okay, new plan. Let's see if I can do this. That. Oh, that was not the flip I wanted to do. Oh, that'll help. No! How did I... What did I... What did my brain do? Oh, this is bad. Okay, we just need that. Okay, that wasn't enough apparently either. Okay, let's just get out of this mess because I'm not playing well. Okay, we can do this. There. My revenge is complete. Maybe. If not, that'll help. I feel like people are mad at me now, though. Here, enjoy this. That worked out. It's the music, guys. I love the music. Enjoy. I should probably get off attackers, though. Start attacking, like, badges or something. Let's do it. Badges! Do not like the sidewell. Do. Let's do it. Do. Something about the Pro Controller in this game and me that don't get along. I don't know what it is, but my hand slips too much. Let's do this. Not liking whatever's happening. And what am I doing? I'm dead. Gosh. Yep. Hold on a sec. I'm going to look around. I don't have my Joy-Cons. That's frustrating. I want to play with Joy-Cons. Okay. Hello again, Tech. Here's a quick recap where we ended up. Besides playing Tetris. Look at that. There's Dismon. Right there. Right behind me. Here, we'll scroll through real quick. I can tell you sprites are there. The sprites are on the second. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Dismon. That's what I was saying. Should I just go get Joy-Cons? Should I go get them and come back? And do one more round? I feel like I should, even though we're in overtime. Second parameter is definitely the sprite. The first parameter, we're not entirely sure. I assume it's a handle of some sort, but I couldn't get the handle to behave the way I thought it should. And it seems to crash the system if you basically load in more than one. Or there are certain sprites that are crashing the system. I'm not really sure. It might be like the backgrounds where, background 28 causes problems for some reason. I'm not really sure. So, but we do know that command does in fact load sprites from the e-reader. We just can't seem to decipher exactly what it was doing. And freeing the memory using sprite free didn't seem to solve our problem. That was the other thing we tried, and it didn't do anything. I think I just didn't have enough badges to compete in that round. You're not wrong. That it did feel survival-like. I'm just checking one more time for Joy-Cons. I don't see them laying here. Let me run and get my Joy-Cons. I realize I've already run away from stream once. I'm going to do it again. I want to play one round with Joy-Cons, maybe two. I'll be right back. Well, the bad news is after getting my Joy-Cons, one of them had a little charge and the other one was completely dead. So I'll play one more with this and then I'll see if they're charged. I don't know how fast they charge. I'll see if they charge fast enough to let me play one game the regular way. So let's count this down. We'll play 2 more games. 3 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, we're just running, uploads, updates, controller battery life. They're all problems. And I've won a game with the Pro Controller. I can do it. It just, yeah. D-pads, I never had a problem with the D-pad on, like, the original Game Boy. Why are these D-pads so bad? Like, why is no modern D-pad good? I think it's a thing. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's gonna kill me right away. That's what I get for being stupid. I'll play 2 more. But I'll let this one play out. I know you guys are in it. So there went that. I am not good at Tetris anymore. I'm gonna say, I'm declaring it now. I am officially bad at this game. '95th place. That's Are my stats that bad too? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna go while you guys are playing. I probably shouldn't have left, but let me know when you guys are out. I just want to see how bad my stats have gotten. It's not horrible. 183 wins. How many Invictus wins do I have? 6. Not a lot. Wasn't there like a graph? Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at. There isn't even a 1. I don't have a win in my last 10 matches. That's horrible. An average place of 32, the world has gotten better. I just don't know how I feel about it. What's customized have? You got a new player icon. Just one, huh? Doot, 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 doot. Things I'm missing. It's probably true. I've also missed a lot of these because I stopped. I used to, like, early on, I was playing, like, to get all of them. So, like, the base theme, Splatoon, and then I stopped. And so, like, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then, yeah, I'm missing all of these that come after. Like, then I got the Mario Wonder one by chance. Somebody was like, there's a Mario Wonder one this weekend. We'll try this one. Oh, it changes the background too? I didn't remember that. I've never actually tested, like, how fast do these things update? Man, it's already to green, so it's pretty fast. I'm kind of amazed. Kind of also curious why it has 2 colors. Like, why is there a dark green and a light green? Are they actually updating in real time? Like, I feel like I'm seeing them move. Am I crazy? They are. They are literally charging in real time. Is that a thing? Have they always been quick charge, like capacitors type things? If so, way to go, Nintendo. I wonder if they are just capacitors. That would be brilliant. Got dunked on? You know they can charge the Switch. Wait, what? You can charge the Switch in reverse? See my name in 95th. So what spot did you end up in, Disman? $30-something? Okay, we'll wait a little bit longer. If your Switch is low on battery, the Joy-Cons charge it. That, really? Not by a lot, but it saved me a couple of bus rides? Really? The power goes both ways, huh? That kind of shocks me. And yet it's charging the Joy-Cons this quickly? I'm kind of amazed because the Switch doesn't charge that quickly. I'm surprised though. Okay. I'm going to grab the Joy-Cons now. Yeah, they both turned on. At least I think they did. They're not letting me do anything, though. Let me restart the game. Yep, either a super duper crazy feature or a sign that my Switch was dying, which it did. Yeah, I mean, maybe when it's really dead, it can pull power from the Joy-Cons. It's probably not meant to, but you'd think the diodes or something would keep it from doing that. Okay, one last game with Joy-Cons. I won't do anything silly. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, hold on. It didn't work. Back out, back out. Let me change. It doesn't like the Joy-Cons being second player. I don't know what's going on. Try this again. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm expecting better music too. I mean, the Game Boy stuff is good. I like the Game Boy music, but I need some Mario wonderful music. Not in? Oh. Let's go for a win anyway. I don't like the colors. I'll try to do one more for you, Disman. Oh, wait. Oh, is my Joy-Con being stupid? Stay locked on attackers. There we go. I regret what I did because it didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Because the Joy-Cons are being silly. That's okay. I don't need the Joy-Cons. Now I want to play Mario Wonder. Maybe I'll play it before bed. Go 100% it. I never did do that. Which I don't need to. 100% is insane. Low battery. That's not what I wanted to hear. Apparently, it's not as charged as I was hoping it would be. Okay, this is fun. That was a lot of garbage. That was a lot of garbage. Okay, I'll back out. I'm going to go back to Game Boy. One more. Let me get back to Game Boy, though. The only theme that matters. Okay. I did not like how that garbage came down. I got to think about what I'm doing. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Splatoon theme's the only one that matters. Been making semi-huge breakthroughs on the technical side of your RPG? Nice. Remind me what you're coding your RPG in? I should probably just go back to T-Spin gameplay. That probably wouldn't be the worst idea. That was probably not the best idea. Must be faster. need to get some kills here. Ah. Okay, that kind of worked. What is going on? Where did all that garbage come from? That was crazy. Yep, I'll be sure to do that probably tomorrow, Disman. I just had no way to cancel it. And I didn't have enough badges to cancel it. They were sending it to me 8 or 10 at a time. That's like T-spin triples. Plus, or they had badges, one of the two. It was a good match, though. Right after you use your line piece, the garbage comes. Yeah, you're not wrong. I probably should have waited. Disman's still in this one? I don't know if Disman was in this one to begin with. The world has definitely gotten better, though. Disman's not in this one? Okay. Fair enough. Well, we'll call that a wrap. I did enjoy that very much. I'm going to put these on charge, and I'm probably going to end up playing Tetris 99 tomorrow, because now I'm feeling like I'm so rusty, it's just ridiculous. I used to have, like, I think I might have the 10 consecutive win badge. I know I should go look. I don't know if I ever got that one. I came really close if I didn't, because I was trying for it for a while on the regular mode. I never got there with Invictus, but never even got close with Invictus. Invictus is even harder. With that, though, I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. I'm going to skip the raid. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to skip the raid. I don't want to figure out who we're going to... Well, maybe I won't. Let me go see who's live. Since we got such an amazing raid tonight from Rye Guy Limbo.
Chris came to TurboTax.
See, Jate and Criddle Craddle. Criddle's doing World of Warcraft. Jate's doing just chatting. Yeah, I'm going to skip those. But both members of Family Friendly Live, be sure to check them out. Pup Love is doing, I'm just going to call out some names here if you're looking for somebody to check out. Pup Love is doing Splatoon, which we never got to tonight. Sorry, Charles. Hopefully you guys had a little bit of fun chatting and hanging out. Generic B's doing Minecraft. Lots of good stuff out there. So I'll leave you on your own to go find somebody cool. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't done so already. We'll be back tomorrow night, probably at 6 p.m. Central. At least that's probably either that or I'll go early and code for far too long, or I'll code late. Disman and everybody else, I'll try to post my templates to the Discord if people want to try to come up with cards. Think about 7-piece bag when you're playing. It matters, Disman. 7-piece bag is huge. That's how you can make sure that you know you're going to get a 4-liner soon enough. So yeah, that's part of the game. I try not to think too much about that, but it's definitely a part of it. Which is why playing classic NES Tetris drives me mad, because you're not guaranteed to get the blocks you need when you need them. So it's a thing. In any case, I'm going slower than I should be going with Tetris, so I should probably spend some time working on Tetris again. But I'm not going to start streaming it, because that's not a game I can beat, and I'm kind of on a let's beat this game, or I suppose we could do like a week of Tetris somewhere in there where I just spend an entire week seeing if I can get anywhere remotely as good as I think I used to be. In any case, it's not a horrible idea. Nah, that's okay. In any case, for the moment, stay healthy. Not just for the moment, all the time, you guys. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Know that you're loved. And until next trip, which is a line from Tetris, by the way, See ya.